And I hear you.
Time to get home. Hey, y'all, what's up?
Things to do. People are seeing things to do.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Things to do, motherfucker.
We trying to hit it and quit it this week, so play that theme music. We trying to roll.
Somebody is.
Welcome to episode 282 of Technical File, the sports podcast you never knew you needed.
And it's your boy, TIMKINZ, the number 3, a.k.a. Ass Ketchum, a.k.a. Mr. Give It To Me. Hello, happy V-Day. All the love is in the air. Lots of feelings everywhere. So give me the night.
Let's turn Tim's mic down.
Yeah, give me the night.
You're at a 9. I need you at a 6. I am the Eric J.
Only known as.
The Eric J.
And I'm Camille, point guard of the crew, the real life Tifa Lockhart, the girl next door. Forgot the rest of my stuff.
Holding it down.
Holding it down for all the women who love sport. There we go.
And it's your boy,
Tim held you down.
The
Gentleman.
gentleman.
The everyday gentleman.
24/7.
I'm a better known as K. Diddy.
Take that. Okay. Sport fact of the week. What we got, Eric J?
I think we already did it, but I'm gonna run it back either way. This past Sunday was the first time in NFL history where we had 2 black quarterbacks start the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Dopeness.
It was a good ass game, too.
And then Patrick Mahomes made history by being the first black quarterback to win multiple Super Bowls.
That's dope.
There you go.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Want to remind everybody who can hear my voice in this moment, first of all, thank you for tuning in. We definitely appreciate it. If you are listening on the audio platform, please like and subscribe and rate the podcast if you have not done that yet. If you are watching the video version, we appreciate you. Make sure that you subscribe to the YouTube. Even if you're on the audio version, if you want to just drop a comment, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube so that you can go back to the show, drop a comment, drop a like, show some support on that platform as well. Hit that notification button so you can be alerted to when we go live. Because as you can see, we before 6:30 right now. It is 6 o'clock on the dot, and we are already here.
No CP time today.
Cruising. Well, technically it was because we supposed to start 30 minutes ago. But neither here nor there, we are here now. And we appreciate y'all for tuning in. So please, one way that you can support the pod that is free is to like it up, subscribe, share the show, all that good stuff. It really does help us grow. And without y'all doing that, we just stay where we are. So we definitely need y'all to do that if you enjoy what we do.
Oh, yeah, bro. The shit was fire.
Game that needs a name.
See how I look.
Just take a bite, bro.
So I finished listening to last week's. Sorry, I finished listening to last week's episode. Speaking of taking bites, your chocolate is available for Tom Brady.
When I said that, I said that.
Dang.
Oh, God,
can we get that as a sound bite? If you can find that, Eric, send that to Dooch.
I said that for real.
So we can put that in the. Go ahead, program
know
it.
what I
After
said
that,
that
man, you
shit.
come over to the chocolate side, and then you said over here or some shit, something that insinuated that you want Tom Brady to take your chocolate.
Y'all know what I mean.
You want time in Chicago?
No, hell no. I don't need that nigga there. He go home. They can do what he finna do.
He said it ain't 10 years ago.
Exactly.
But no, game that needs a name. We got any Black History inspired topics? I'm gonna let y'all think about that while I explain to the folks what the game that needs a name is. It is a game that we play every episode pretty much now, where we pick a topic and then we go around in rapid fire order. Everybody gets about 5 seconds to say something related to said topic. And then the last person standing, they win the game that week. Last week we did Black musicians and Tim was out almost immediately, but we gave him a redo.
Mm-hmm.
Any suggestions for this week's game that needs a name?
How about Black comedians?
Black
yeah, we can do that.
Ooh.
We can do that.
I like that.
I might fuck with that.
So do you do like social media comedians count, like Country Wayne?
I would say they count.
Juicy?
They're the new
Okay, so they come.
Because
Well,
you also have
I would say, but they have. I feel like comedian means you need to do stand up though,
like you actually have an actual stand up.
or do
Or
stand,
do it. Okay.
do stand up.
Okay.
Like the dude from Desi does stand up.
Yeah,
Like I would
Desi
count
do.
him
Country
as a
Wayne
Country
do
Wayne
too.
does stand
Okay.
up, but like Drewski don't do stand up. He's
Okay.
more of like a
video.
like Will
comedian.
Smith.
No, he
Like,
doing
Will
stand-up
Smith was-
now.
Oh, he is now.
I was gonna say he got a show started.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's stand up, but he's touring.
Yeah, he just started.
See, that's the difference. That's why like Will Smith was always funny, but he ain't
A
a
comedian.
comedian.
He ain't a comedian.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I wouldn't count him as a comedian.
So what order we gonna go in? Do you want to go Eric and then just go around? As
Sure, we could go Eric.
So Eric, Tim, myself, and then Kim. We'll keep going until it's one person standing. Black comedians.
Okay.
Kick it off.
Jamie Foxx,
Eddie Griffin.
Martin Lawrence.
Kevin Hart. Jesus Christ.
Cat Williams,
Eddie Murphy.
Red Fox.
Bernie Mac.
Charlie Murphy,
Drewski.
Didn't we just say he don't? Oh, you said he.
Yeah.
Did we say he count? I thought we said Drewski didn't count.
No, I thought we did.
No, we said he had a show, not
Yeah,
no stand up.
Yeah.
I thought you said he did a stand up.
I thought he did.
Hey,
We
he
let
said
it
he
go.
did.
Come
We got
on.
it.
We let it go.
Oh, Duke said it, Duke. We got it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was here. Or coming here.
Wanda Sykes.
Dave Chappelle.
some more.
Monique.
Deion Cole.
Country Wayne.
Desi Banks,
D.L. Hughley.
Earthquake.
Ooh, that's
Steve Harvey.
Mm,
Is
yeah.
that said
Bernie
that?
Mac.
No, somebody said.
Someone
Cedric-
said Bernie Mac.
No.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you said Bernie?
I said Bernie Mac.
I got Cedric. The entertainer.
Sinbad. I got Sinbad.
Sinbad. Fuck. Come on.
Damn. Fuck.
I'll end with Monique.
She already. He already somebody
Somebody said
said that.
Well, I'm already last one here. It don't matter. I already won. That was just extra.
Who was that for to say? I don't even know.
The side
I had
coverage-
Eddie
DC Young.
Murphy.
I had DC Young.
Eddie Murphy
I
got
said Eddie.
said.
Oh, you gotta say.
Yeah, I
oh,
said
what's good?
Eddie.
I ain't say Eddie.
I had DC Young. I had Eddie Murphy, Eddie Griffin, and he said Charlie Murphy.
Okay. All right.
A lot of Murphys getting thrown out there.
Exactly.
Had to run through him. Pause.
Hey.
Hey, I run through the code. Never mind. I'm sorry.
Oh shit.
Ah.
Jesus.
Anywho,
Let's start the question.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Hello.
I ain't mean to go there.
Personal.
Hello.
I forget who that was back when we first started off. And y'all had that episode where y'all was hello, personal. And then when somebody made a video, and he's like, I walk around my house now being like, hello.
Was it Donovan?
No, it wasn't Donovan. I think it was, I can't remember. His name's Craig. His name is Craig. I can't remember. But that was fun. All right. We, of course, are going to start off with the Super Bowl. The Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Philadelphia Eagles 38-35. As mentioned earlier, Patrick Mahomes was named the Super Bowl MVP. What did y'all think about the game? We're going to talk about the game. We're going to talk about halftime.
Okay.
And we're going to end talking about the commercials.
Sounds good.
So the game itself, just general thoughts. Who want to start?
Let me go ahead and run this up real quick. I enjoyed the game thoroughly.
I did too. The game was cracking.
Yeah, that was a good game.
I feel like though, Philly had it until Jalen Hurts fumbled. I feel like that was literally the turning point of the game.
That was early.
That was second quarter,
Yeah, like I said, it was early though.
but it was right before halftime.
Yeah. That was early.
So instead of going, and they were moving,
They never picked up.
they never continued really like that.
I'll give it you some.
That could have been 21-7 because at the time it was 14-7.
Yeah.
They moving, they wasn't stopping them. It was first down, I believe, first or second down when that happened. All that happens, he's trying to exchange hands and drops the ball.
He just
Like
dropped
a
it.
freak accident, like not just drop it. It rolled, bounced,
Yeah.
landed right into Bolton. Bolton had a game.
Yeah, he did.
Bolton had a game, bro. Like, I ain't heard that nickname all season. He had a game, bro. He was always in the right place at the right time. But that fumble there changed all the momentum.
Yeah.
Because had Philly went up 21-7, I feel like the blowout that I was talking about may have happened. But that made it a game at 14 up, right before half. So now you no longer have the luxury of just chilling, running out the clock like you were early in the game because you were already up.
Yeah.
Now you actually have to make plays. You have to make things happen, and you actually have to get stops still too, because you can't just pull your ears back and just go ahead and blitz the quarterback because they can't run them. Well, now they can still run.
Yeah.
Then the second half comes, they make adjustments. Oh, what the?
Oh, I thought you were down. My bad. Go ahead.
Second half come. Greatest thing is Andy Reid and them made adjustments. That was the difference maker. That fumble and the adjustments made in the second half, because the first half they really couldn't run. Second half they had like 100 plus rushing yards. Philly had to run on hold. That's why I said that play changed the game, because they couldn't run first half really. And then if you would have been up like that, they wouldn't have been running second half really. So you really could have just sat back, blitz Mahomes, and really tried to just sit back and chill on the wide receivers. Yeah, you couldn't do that the second half though.
I agree with part of that. But go ahead, Eric.
Yeah, I get what you're saying about momentum, but at the same time, like their defense couldn't get off the field in the second half. Like that don't have nothing to do with him fumbling before halftime.
Right.
Like Jalen Hurts, yes, that was a mistake, but he was literally the person keeping them in the game. Like if he wasn't doing what he was doing, like that, I'm not gonna pin the loss on him or one mistake because again, like he
had a hell of a game.
Yeah, he played.
Like he kept the offensive momentum going for Philly. You know what I mean? Like it don't have shit to do with what the defense did.
He throws a really good ball.
He does. He
no bullshit.
Where I was like,
yo.
And when AJ Brown caught on the side, I was like, that was a perfect throw.
I was dog throws a great ball, dog. Like what the fuck? No pause, but still.
Like he had one where he was running he had a bootleg to the right. The rush came, he reversed it back to the left, had to readjust his whole body and threw a dot. I was like,
oh, this guy's good. This guy's good.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like the fumble was a reason why they lost the game. Like that was 7 points.
That was the only turnover too.
That's what I'm saying. And that in a game like Super Bowl where everything matters, little mistakes matter, which is why the holding call at the end. But you can't call that. I'm like, he was cold. And he even admitted it after the game. Like, yeah, I held, but I was hoping they weren't gonna call it. Like, you can't do that. Like, that's what wins you the Super Bowl. You can't make little mistakes. So the fumble,
he was getting good.
Right.
He had
he not held, it might have just
I was like, Juju was cooking his ass second half, bro. Like
he was like, man, I'm getting.
I mean, he was wide open second half. I'm like, where the fuck did all this come from?
Yeah, he definitely was cooking.
Because the fumble happened, but what I liked is that the Eagles went right back to Jalen Hurts. They put the ball right back in his hands, and he scored the very next possession down. Like they went into halftime up 10, and Pat Mahomes re-injured his ankle again. So I was like, oh shoot, it's about to be. It's going.
They shot him up.
Shot the shit out of him. Motherfucker had like 40 yards rush. He was gone.
He was Perk out here. Perk angle out here. That's what he.
That last run at the end of the game, he had like a 25-yard run. I'm like, bro. And he looked back. I'm like, bro, y'all can't catch Mahomes, goddamn.
That's because that shot put some boost in him, bro. That nigga had nos. They put some nos in him, bro.
The Brett Favre special, man. Gave him a concoction of pills.
You don't want to feel that shit, or you want to be okay tomorrow?
I showed him running off the field at halftime. I was like, he is trying so hard to not look like he's in pain. And the captain was he's not showing anything. I'm like, no,
bullshit.
That's a man showing. Like, that's a man trying his hardest.
He was hurt.
Perk trick Mahomes the second.
Perk trick. Also, shout out to Pat Mahomes' daddy.
Perk Mahomes. I like it.
Pat Mahomes' daddy again came through but when they beat the Bengals, he smoking on that Joe Burrow.
I need a whole interview with just him.
This time he was talking about being on he's like, we smoking the Philly pack.
Okay,
the Philly blunts.
Somebody was like, man, I'm voting for I want Jalen to win because he's the real black quarterback. I'm like, no. Pat's black too. Have you seen his daddy? No, I ain't seen his daddy. Like, no, Pat Mahomes' daddy is the daddy. Let me fix the radiator, boy. Got the cigarette hanging off his lip.
Here we go. Hold on. If y'all haven't heard Pat Mahomes' daddy talk, you got to hear Pat Mahomes' daddy talk.
He was last week. This Philly this week.
It's a Philly blood.
You heard what I said.
Smoking the shit out of this motherfucker. What you talking about?
It's funny, bro.
See my son out there smoking the shit out of his motherfucker.
The mayor tuned into the YouTube real quick. Shout out to the mayor.
What up, though?
Happy Valentine's Day.
Hey.
Happy V-Day.
He said I'm not going to show everybody else, but he said this to him. I don't know why he thinks that you. Why your eyes so little?
I'm thinking about that the other day. The other day. I was like,
I don't look like that right now. Because I am.
You must be if you incriminate yourself.
You don't.
Oh, what?
You don't. You ain't. You
I look at this bitch. Chinese.
That's racist.
He said it's loud. It's loud.
Turn the volume down.
Turn the volume down.
But no, the game was actually really, really good. I enjoyed it. I don't think that the game was sullied by the last call or whatever.
Not
Like
at all.
the Eagles, the defense just started giving it up. They got scored on by the same play twice.
Dude,
Just
wide
back
open.
to back.
Andy Reid was on it. He was like, I don't know how this shit works. I did it twice and it worked.
To be fair, that is the route that they ran is literally my favorite route to run as a wide receiver. Whenever I play wide receiver, that quick in then out is my favorite. Shit, at the Noman Bowl, I did that. One of my touchdowns. So I hit a couple of them. But
it works.
That shit works because then everybody thinking if you're going to do a play action, that you're going this way. The whole team is running this way. Hold on, let me turn around, come back outside.
I was like,
There's nobody there. And both of them are the two of the fastest players on their team on offense.
It was the second time I was like, got him.
Second time I was like, oh, damn, he wide. First time I was like, okay, he's wide. That was a good play. Second time I was like, God damn.
They had 2 cakewalk touchdowns.
Nobody.
As soon, when that started happening, I was like,
Oh, yeah, it's over.
Oh, and it's my favorite.
Andy Reid out here cooking, bro. He written that recipes, bro. He's like,
My enemy, bro. Eric, bro. He out here.
Let me cook something up. They think it's sweet.
any more thoughts on the game before we move to halftime? What some people said was the real.
I got that message today in our military group. It was like, hey, because one of them is a Philly fan. So they're like, hey, I hope you're doing all right. You know, probably swinging from the chandelier, some shit like that, hanging from the street lights. Be careful, Philly dangerous. Then the next message, Fred was like, was that the thing that happened during the Riri concert? I'm like, bro, don't do that. I was like, don't do that. The football game was the opening and closing act. Don't do that.
Well, I don't know. Real quick on the game, I was very happy to actually have a competitive game.
Same.
Having like legit 2 of the best. These are the best teams in the NFL. Like playing in the Super Bowl. It was great. Jalen Hurts is really good, bro.
Yeah, he is.
We watched 2 great teams, two great coaches, and 2 great quarterbacks go at it. Like I'm there. I'm thoroughly.
I really wanted Jalen to get that to shut people up, though.
I want him to get it
like
just
he
because.
Kinda
He'll be back, bro.
Because I mean, he would have been the MVP if they'd have won easily.
He'll be back. He played a great game.
That field was terrible, Noman.
To the mayor's point, the field was. They spent $800,000 on the field that players was just slipping on.
That's nuts.
They even showed it after the concert. What you got?
They said that they painted it, which, like, why are you painting the whole field green?
Oh, no, that's crazy, bro.
They ain't learned that from the fucking Hall of Fame game that they fucked up?
I forgot about that.
The field was terrible because they painted on the grass.
Clearly, they forgot about it too.
It was like, oops. We
For the Super Bowl. For the Super Bowl. I think Arizona is the only one that had the retractable grass field, too. It's supposed to be a retractable natural grass field.
Yeah, they was moving that field in and out. For Super Bowl, too.
There you go.
Why y'all painting on it?
Hey, it looks good, though. Shit. It looks pristine.
One more thing about the game is the holding call at the end is like people want to have it both ways. Not the least of which LeBron James, who was just complaining about people not calling calls at the end of the game, swallowing their whistles.
Facts.
And then you complain about it when they actually do call a call at the end of the game. Like, I don't know. People just want to complain about officiating and it does suck. Like, it sucks that that's the way the game ended. But at the same time, was Bradbury?
James Bradbury?
Yeah, whatever the dude name is from the Eagles, he shouldn't have held. Like, you can't blame down the refs. Like, he held. He said he held.
He did.
He's ticky-tack, but shit. That's the definition of a hold.
That's what I'm saying. And when the cornerback after the game was like, yeah, I did it.
What more are we arguing about here? Well, they should have not thrown the flag. Shut up. If it was your team, you would have wanted them to throw the flag.
Right.
No, he holding them. Yeah. Where the flag at? So it's no, bro. You can't have both ways. And I get it. People don't want it to end on a refs. They don't want it to be that way. But look how they got there. The week before, fucking late hit.
I'll just say, as a Packer fan who watched Kevin King,
2 weeks ago,
watched Kevin King hold in the NFC Championship.
Good Lord,
game,
oh my God,
which was like, come on,
or get burnt.
We talking about refs right now, which is like, you did it. I understand how that game in particular officiated terribly.
Terrible.
Like, still, like, you did it, so you can't get mad if they actually call the infraction. If you get away with it, then it's like, oh, thank God I got away with it, but you can't be mad when they actually call you out on what you actually did. Okay, Rihanna concert. I saw this concert, halftime show. God, don't fall for that.
Oh, damn. But he on my fantasy team.
We'll talk.
Okay.
The concert got mixed reviews. There were some who said they feel as if Rihanna didn't do enough. Wasn't good. Like, she didn't whine enough for me. There was no guest coming out. I didn't want to see it. Like, it was weak. underwhelming. Other half people were like, that was excellent. What a concert.
It really was split. But then, okay, mind you, Rihanna is not known for her live performances anyway. She's necessarily not a great, vocally, she's not a great live singer. And all she does is like the little like island dances anyway. So I don't know if people expect her to be like J-Lo or Missy Elliott or whatever.
They wanted a Beyonce choreography.
Come on.
She's not Beyonce.
That's not what she here for, bro.
And yeah, she still had banger after banger after banger.
It was
after
good.
Banger. Like, bro.
It looked good. It looked very well.
Mm-hmm. Then she was pregnant, bro. How much more y'all want to do?
Yeah.
How much more
That's
y'all
the first
want
thing
her
I
to
know.
do?
I was like, I didn't want to be, because this woman, you're like, oh, I know she just had a baby. So I want to be like, damn. It could have been.
No, I said, I was like, you little
But I didn't want to say nothing.
The whole internet was going, she pregnant?
I know. That's why I texted. I was like, she pregnant.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that was the whole that was everybody's reaction. Is like she looked kind of, but didn't want to say anything because
I immediately was like, "Hey, Stan Rocky, my nigga.
He ran it back.
My nigga. I salute you.
Let me try that again.
You ain't wrong.
No one. He's like, she patted her belly, like she got to be pregnant. He's like, she did the rub, and I was like, oh, she did. Okay, you right. But I had a good time, and it made me realize again too that we're now at the age where these acts are being crafted for us. Like there was a time where most of the acts were crafted for like our parents' generation, where it's like, okay, like we gonna get some Paul McCartney and we gonna get Who and we gonna get.
It's definitely going white next year.
But so that whole concept, I went back and looked. First of all, most of the halftime shows have been white as it is already. And Jay-Z's done fourth. This was Jay-Z's fourth. And his first one was Shakira and J-Lo.
J-Lo.
Then it was
The Weeknd. Right?
Then it was the hip hop extravaganza
last year. And then
this
it's
year.
this.
That's because 50 was naked last year.
Swift.
That's why.
But if you look at, I would love a Taylor Swift halftime
I feel
show.
like she has to do it.
Did she have one already?
Yeah.
Really?
They got to get Taylor Swift.
That might be next year.
But if you look at who they've had
Who else?
before, like,
I
mean,
mind.
they had Coldplay did it. They had
YouTube.
YouTube. You said who?
Maroon 5.
Maroon 5.
Maroon 5 set was cracking too. We
that was lit.
that.
That was people don't talk about that, but that shit was lit.
That's when they were in Atlanta, and then they randomly brought out Big Boy and
Maroon 5
yeah, that was fun.
Maroon 5 killed it, bro.
Travis Scott. It's lit.
Yeah.
But I loved Rihanna's show. I thought that it was. First of all, I thought it had the spectacle aspect of it with the floating stages.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Like, it looked good.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Before I realized that she was strapped in, I'm like, hey, y'all got precious cargo up there. Y'all gonna need to.
It was shaking and shit. I'm like, hold on, y'all.
One dancer almost fell off.
Yeah, I saw that. Somebody almost fell off.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
The motherfucker slipped. I was like, ooh. Thank God for harness.
They just kept going like,
hey. Keep jigging, bro.
I was watching her like, okay, like, I guess she on the platform, like she ain't moving too much, but them dancers was up there like.
They was up there, get.
I'm like, ain't no way I'd be moving that hard on no floating platform in the air.
Yeah, man, they danced for their life.
They were. They got the dancers were great. The hits were good. Like she ran through 12 songs in 13 minutes. Like it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it.
I thought they're doing the work.
Oh, you was at home doing that weird, wasn't you? I can do that shit.
Dirty,
let me hit that
whining. Come on here, dirty whining.
Let me hit that shit real quick.
On that
Can I still do? Oh, I was like, yep, I still got it.
Come on here.
Tim was like, Rihanna ain't gonna whine. I'm gonna do it.
Exactly.
I'm auditioning next year. What you talking about?
That know me. Look at that.
Them little marshmallow when they was running out on the field, like.
You know what's hilarious? I went on TikTok and I actually seen the choreography pop up on my TikTok.
Oh, so you gonna
for that? No, I know. I already know like 3/4 of it. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh, TikTok.
Like,
let me show you what Rihanna should have did.
There's no other Rihanna. I was scrolling my TikTok and randomly Tim popped up on my TikTok. He was dancing. I was like, when did Tim do another dancing video? By him, he was just.
It was just modest. I was just, you know, just some simple.
Be dancing.
That's because Isaiah was judging me in the background, judging the shit out of me.
Chugging and jiving.
It's like, bro, you really out here making TikToks? Like, fuck yeah, nigga. Let me go ahead and hit this heel toe real quick. Let me bang on.
They brought out the ring like that. Yeah.
Eric, I don't think you said anything. How did you enjoy the halftime show before we keep it moving?
Oh man, shit, it was a 10 out of 10 before she even started. You know?
She didn't have to say it. She could have came out there and hummed. I would have been like, yes.
Right. Yep.
Top of the 5 stars.
Go.
She could do no wrong.
I thought she was gonna end with Umbrella, but her ending it with Diamonds and her being up there by herself with all the lights in the audience, that was a look. And then the fireworks, like that's what you expect for a Super Bowl performance. I enjoy that.
I do want to say, like, all them people that's been waiting for her to drop another album, y'all might as well just give it up. She done. Like that was a farewell. That was y'all. This is the last one before y'all getting out of me.
I thought it was gonna be like a concert announcement or a tour announcement afterwards.
I did too.
Album, but then I saw she was pregnant, and I was like, "This was a one-off. We are lucky."
Thanks for the Jay-Z connection. Appreciate you.
Right.
You just need to boost the streams one last time.
Shit, I sure went back and started listening to all her music today. Like
if you remember, they asked her to do the Super Bowl back in 2018, and she was like, "No, we'll not do it." Then here comes Jay, and he's like, "Come on, Reed, you know you won't
do this shit now.
Just straight down.
You ain't wrong.
Just going through it today.
Her catalog is fire, bro.
I just hit play.
Good music,
and the time that she was out was a very influential time period of our lives. Like her music is a soundtrack to a lot of things that
08, 11, 12.
Like 16, like
16 was the last one, I believe.
Yeah, that was again, which is why people who were mad that she didn't have guests. I'm like, Rihanna hasn't been out since 2016, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, of course, if she wants to do it by herself, it's her show.
Yeah,
she can do it by herself. I think some of the guest appearances over the years, people thinking you have to have a guest, but it's your show.
A funny meme too is the one they showed to me with they was like Kanye at home kicking himself. See when she did her part of
it was 2 songs. I was like, that's why I texted. I was like, is Ye coming?
I was like, hell no. There ain't no way in the world.
I'm gonna push this one.
And I'm gonna say what I said in the group chat. Like Chris Brown was more likely to come out than Kanye.
Hey, he's one that could do a Super Bowl too.
He already said he's not gonna do it. He said he was in Denmark, I think. He posted a picture of him in Denmark, and the fan like, "Oh, you should do Super Bowl next." And he was like, "That will never happen. American media don't F with me like that."
No, they don't.
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, it's not like it's not his fault, but I mean, but they don't. I still fuck with him. His music. I would say I fuck with his music.
See, it all sounds the same to me now. Like,
now we do.
All his new stuff is just like, you giving me 30 songs of the same.
I'm not listening to 30 albums though. A 30 song album. I'm not. I can't.
Get out of here.
It wasn't that bad though. I ain't gonna lie.
None of it stands out.
You just put it on the garage.
He'll drop like maybe like 8 bangers on there. I'll give you that.
It's all like background.
Yeah, you put it on the garage.
But like his earlier stuff is like, if I still hear popping to this day, it's like that's a hit. Where I'm like, okay,
what's that one for?
Take Me Down.
Yeah,
his first freaky song.
Yeah,
that's when I was like, oh, he is our age.
Hey, they was doing the work dance on that motherfucker. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
You can't wait to go home and dirty wine.
Let me take you down.
That's how the real face is shit. Sam, I feel for you, man. I didn't know you had to look at that shit. Whatever.
She thinks it's beautiful. Fuck you, nigga.
That's like, my mom says I'm cool.
My mom says I'm cute. She calls me handsome.
All right. Commercials.
Yes.
Best commercials from what was your favorites this year?
Tubi.
Dog.
That Tubi commercial.
I ain't gonna lie.
Everybody.
I damn near was mad at him. I'm like, who the fuck on the remote, bro? I was like, who the fuck put Tubi on the TV? I don't even watch Tubi, bro.
We do though. That's the thing. I was like, oh.
I really was tripping. Like I was looking at motherfuckers like, bro, who the fuck got the remote? Great. That was a great fucking commercial. And then they randomly went to Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Made me want to watch this shit.
It's part of the feature.
I forgot how cracking that movie is.
It just dropped, actually. It was one of those just added.
Oh,
we watched Tubi.
It's such a great movie.
I forgot how great that movie is, bro. That's
the sexual chemistry between Brad and Angelina is off the charts.
That's why they got it.
That's
why they start fucking.
It made sense.
It's like, oh my God. Tubi was good.
Yeah.
That one, I didn't get full because for some reason I thought of She-Hulk right away, because She-Hulk did an episode where they dropped out and went to the Disney Plus menu, and that time I got like She-Hulk. But Tubi didn't give me. So I was like, we also don't have Tubi, so I was like,
that's my thing. I ain't had.
Honestly, I was watching at my dad's house. I knew he didn't have to.
But still,
I was like, oh, that's interesting.
People was getting into arguments. You saw who really didn't trust people.
What the fuck is the move?
I swear, bro.
I know it's you.
Turn the game on. Like, bro, so we gonna run that back, that apology? Anything? What else?
I like the Google Pixel. Fix your pictures.
To erase the shit in the background.
And it started off, and I was like,
That's a really good
this gonna
camera,
be sentimental. And I was like, okay, well, start crying. And then switched and was like, let's make these memories better. And I was like, oh, what we doing? And they started taking stuff out. Then when Giannis pop up, and they're like, you see that dunk? He's like, what dunk? And I was like, exactly. Exactly. I did enjoy that.
That'd be perfect for people who got like dirty ass background shit on the floor and shit like that. Just delete the bottles and the tissue on the floor and shit.
Delete the
When you said when they got dirty shit, I didn't know where you were going with that one.
No, you know, people be like, oh, I love this picture, but I got too much shit in the background. Go ahead and delete all of it.
Yeah.
That was a great commercial by Pixar.
Also enjoyed Pop's Corner, but if you didn't watch Breaking Bad,
That was hilarious.
it made no sense. It made no sense if you didn't watch Breaking Bad. When he said it was Breaking Good, and they even had the part like, tight.
No, we got 6 flavors. No, you got 7. You're making 7. Okay, we're making 7.
It's a genius for all the. It was a lot of nostalgia. Like,
Yeah.
if you didn't like, I don't recall Caddyshack. I know one of the commercials with Serena and them. It was redoing Caddyshack, and I was like, that went right over my head. I didn't.
I missed that one.
They did Serena so bogus, and I don't even remember what it was a commercial for. But when she had to do the speech from Any Given Sunday, it's like, nope, don't. Pacino was in his bag in that scene. Like, you don't even. Nobody can do it justice, let alone Serena, who isn't a trained actress. Like, that was just. It didn't have the same gravitas.
And she's also not somebody with like an amped up personality.
No.
Like, that would be like me trying to do that speech when really, if someone on the podcast was going to do it, it would be Tim. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like knowing your strengths here. I also enjoyed the Pepsi Zero Sugar commercials when they was like, is it acting or is it really good? With Ben Stiller, that made me laugh.
Was it Steve Martin?
And
right?
Steve Martin had it.
The jerk.
The Uber One commercial with Diddy was mixed. Some people hated it
because they said it was too busy in that scene.
It was funny to me.
I thought it was
All the music and putting in Uber
and it was bangers.
Yeah,
it was bangers. I'm like, all right, I fucked with it though.
I also liked the NFL Run With It commercial with the chick with the flag football, and everybody kept trying to take her flags, and she was gone.
Floating.
She was killing one.
Floating.
And when she gets home, and she's like, "Mom, I had a crazy day." And the mom, she's like,
"What's going on here?" Man, let me tell you about my day. Everybody was doing this shit.
And now you too.
So I gotta hit you like everybody else.
What else did I have? Bud Light whole music was cute. Go ahead.
It was like the lawyer
Jig it.
Commercial. Damn, what was? And he was like, it was what?
It was a local commercial with the rapping lawyer.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is this?
The rapping lawyer.
Yeah, you getting shit off. Yeah. I was like, what the hell is this?
That was
shit,
a local commercial.
Oh, it was local.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, dude paid all that money to just look a fool,
bro.
But it worked.
Speaking of which, so first commercial came
I don't
off.
know what it was about.
Yeah.
First commercial came, and I was talking to my stepdad. I was like, "Hey, how much you think it cost per commercial?" He was like, "We looked it up. It was 6 to 7 million for 30 seconds."
Yeah, it's Super Bowl. You know how many odds?
5-minute commercial break is 10. You do 10 commercials, 70 mil for a 5-minute commercial break. They said we're going to a halftime Super Bowl show, 29-minute halftime with Rihanna.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't do the whole 29.
No.
You know the rest of that money
only
came.
Do 11, right?
She did 13 minutes.
13, yeah.
The other 16 minutes was money.
I mean, they had to set the stage up.
I hear you. 16 minutes of 30-second, $7 million commercials.
Super Bowl, bro. Biggest
that's
spectacle,
like
bro.
that's not new to me. Like, I knew that they had to pay that
They
much
be
for
paying.
commercials.
The NFL is not a sporting. It's not a sports organization. It is a television product.
Business. Fucking business.
If
Damn.
we had it, nigga, we would have had 30 seconds.
One more commercial I wanted to shout out when the E-Trade babies came back again. They was at the wedding. It made me smile.
babies.
I do like the E-Trade babies.
Mm-hmm.
I missed the dog commercial that I saw everybody tweeting about afterwards. When I came back,
There's a dog one.
some sad commercial. Like when I came back, I was like, "No, was there a dog commercial I missed?" And he goes, "You wouldn't have been able to handle that commercial." I'm glad that
They got one every year.
He's like, you were in the kitchen. I was in my kitchen making the plate, and he was like, I kept looking like making your plate.
Like, I got time for this shit. Stay your ass over there.
He did not want to deal
Oh,
with
they
me
put
afterwards.
it was like about the rescuing.
I don't know. It was
Oh.
some touching commercial about dogs, and
I was like, I hate those
You would
commercials.
have came back earlier. Hey, can you give me a
Oh, what?
keep her ass in there. Can you get? I need a napkin. We don't have those. Find one, please.
I'm glad I ain't seen that though.
Yeah, I missed that one too.
yeah, I'm gonna trust him on that one. But overall, I thought it was a real fun Super Bowl Sunday. Like
definitely
commercial,
enjoyed it.
halftime, the game. Like I enjoyed it all.
Yeah, definitely enjoyed it. Had good food.
I just know, Fast 10. I'm in there first night. Like when he hit the Nas, when he hit the Nas, and then the two helicopters like crashed into each other. I'm like, this is my type of carrying on. Like I don't care about no realism or nothing at this point. Like give me all the implausible physics you can give me.
The last one he was in space.
Yeah, it was space. Like the last couple have been kind of mid, but this trailer looks better than any of the ones.
Yeah, I stopped. The seventh one was supposed to be the last one.
They was in space in the last one.
Yes.
Yeah,
I didn't even see it.
Like the lower atmosphere.
And I'm not about to watch this, but I will say for Fast 10, they actually driving cars in that trailer. So I was like, oh, they back to driving cars. That's kind of cool.
Oh, they was driving cars. The car was in space.
No,
they drove the car off a plane, and then the plane went to space.
That's like James Bond when they did Octopussy and all that stuff, man. Like we don't need all this. Like you're doing a lot right now. But
I've never seen Octopussy.
I will say, you don't want to see it. It's not one of Bond's best films. But
that's why it was one of the worst films, though. They hated the fact that it was the name of it, and then the film wasn't that good too.
Double whammy. Before we move off NFL, though, I do want to shout out some award winners, regular season award winners. So Patrick Mahomes won the MVP. Brian Daboll won Coach of the Year for the Giants. Comeback Player of the Year was Geno Smith.
Of course, yeah.
Great season.
Broke Russell's record his first year starting. Offensive Player of the Year was Justin Jefferson. Defensive Player of the Year was Nick Bosa. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Garrett Wilson. Defensive Rookie of the Year was Sauce Gardner. The Jets just cleaned up right there.
No, Sauce was clowning.
Yeah, Sauce was.
Garrett Wilson came on at the end of the year, towards the end when
they changed quarterbacks.
Yeah,
again?
when they changed quarterbacks, he put up like 3 weeks, like 120, 115, 140 yard games. Like,
and then the Walter Payton Man of the Year was Dak Prescott. The man got booed at the Super Bowl, which is like, I get it as Philly fans here, but like, it's the Walter Payton Award. Like, we can do that aside for a little. LeBron got booed too at the Super Bowl, which was kind of funny. He just put his crown on instead. And was like, I don't care what y'all doing. And then Rihanna, the first lyrics that Rihanna said, and she name dropping LeBron too. I was sitting here like, the king. We know.
Yeah, she loves.
What Savannah said, they're your little girlfriend on stage.
I was like,
that's got to be a wild dynamic though. But like, man, that's why I was laughing about the Rich Paul Adele thing with The Rock. I was telling Sam, I was like, listen, what if they just happen to have that conversation? You know, every now and then you're like, man, what's your celebrity crush? The Rock. Then you go to the fucking Grammys and, oh, by the way, I know you never met the man, but here's Dwayne. Your ass would have went crazy.
But I wouldn't want to sleep with him.
I'm just, The Rock has been your man forever.
Right. But
you would have went crazy.
No, but I'm also older now.
True.
If I would have met him 10 years ago, I probably would have had a different reaction. But at this age, it's kind of like, oh, like, what?
You just looking?
Oh, no, like for real. Like, there's not a male celebrity that I can think of now where I would meet him and be like, oh my God, like, let me throw my drawers at him. Like, I don't feel that energy no more. Like,
you have it?
Do I have one?
Yeah.
I gotta go. I ain't gonna hold you. Salma Hayek still.
Several.
Salma Hayek still get it. Bro. She gonna be the new Magic Mike. I gotta see that.
Anywho, Pro Football Hall of Fame class 2023 is going to be Rondé Barber, Darrell Reeves, Joe Thomas, Zach Thomas, DeMarcus Ware, Don Coryell, Chuck Howley, Joe Calico, and Ken Riley. Shout out to all the Hall of Famers.
A special shout out to Joe Thomas, because that man, I don't even want to know. And I remember that man in high school. Like, he was a star football player and star basketball player at Oak Creek. Went on to Wisconsin, and they had a Hall of Fame football career. That's their hometown.
Shout out.
Facts on facts. Now, NBA trade deadline. Last week we were here. We talked about Kyrie, and we were like, "Oh man, that's crazy. What's gonna happen with KD? I don't know. Maybe this off season.
That was last week.
It was last week. Maybe this off season. Like, that seems realistic. This off season, he might get traded. Well, didn't have to wait that long. He went right on to the Phoenix Suns. So this particular trade deadline, I've seen some different numbers, but 28 of the league's 30 teams made a trade ahead of this deadline. The two teams that didn't were the Cavaliers and the Bulls, which, what are you doing, Chicago? But
shit.
The Lakers traded Westbrook. So what I want to do for our conversation here, I want to, of course, discuss the Phoenix trade, because that changed the whole landscape of the Western Conference. It changed finals odds. It changed a lot. I want to talk about that. And, of course, I want to talk about what the Lakers did. Y'all made a lot of. I got a whole different team, dang near.
Damn near.
I'm happy.
The Bucks made a little move around the perimeter, but of course, I do want to talk about that as well. And then we can talk about any other trades that come to mind that we think made a team so much better or so much worse. And there's a couple guys in the buyout market. Let's see if someone has any interest in them as well. So, as mentioned, Kevin Durant was traded to the Phoenix Suns. The Suns got Kevin Durant. The Nets got Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson, Jay Crowder, a 2023 first round unprotected, a 2025 first round unprotected, a 2027 first round unprotected, a 2028 first round pick swap, and a 2029 first round unprotected because it's Kevin Durant. And you're going to give me 4 unprotected for it. How did y'all feel about that trade?
I was actually, now that I had time to think about it, I was surprised initially.
Same.
But at the same time, it was one of those like, when Kyrie go, how fast is KD gonna go? And that was kind of the case last year too. Like, okay, if you trade Kyrie, or even over offseason, if you trade Kyrie, how soon will KD become available? Because I felt like one of his stipulations to come in was bringing his boy. Kyrie got his boy over there, but them going there and joining together, you lose your boy. You've been backing your boy in essence. You ain't really threw him under the bus like that. How soon will KD leave after Kyrie? I wasn't expecting him to be gone. What, 2 days later? A day later?
After we
Not
talked,
to Phoenix. not Phoenix having still Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and DeAndre Ayton. No, didn't expect that. But it does really change the West landscape, I think, for not just Phoenix, but just like everybody in its entirety. Because Phoenix is now, not only do you have Book that can go off on any given night, but you got Chris Paul that's orchestrating everything. KD don't have to have the ball in his hands to be efficient. We've seen that. Yeah. He can and he will, and he gonna get his buckets and cook. But you got Chris Paul now pulling the strings. Book on one side, KD on the other side, Ayton in the paint. That's gross.
I'm hating though.
You got a new team. What you hating on? Y'all got younger. Y'all got faster.
Okay. Yeah. But then he comes to the West.
And Kyrie comes to the West.
Exactly. All right.
I mean, they were in the East. We didn't complain. We beat them. So
yeah, we ain't had no rival. We wasn't worried about.
I'm not complaining.
I'm just
you said you was hating.
Nigga, we going to the finals. What up?
Okay.
You don't even believe that.
What up?
I know when you mean stuff. You just saying words. Eric, what you think about the trade? Because I know you weren't even here last week to kind of.
Yeah. So it was an interesting experience for me getting the trade. So like I'm at home because my wife baby 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So that night I like dozed off, and then the baby woke up, so I had to sit up with him. And I just turned my phone back on, and then I saw like the Podol trade, and I'm like, oh, wonder what Toronto's doing. And then I set it down, and I picked it back up like maybe 30 seconds later, and then I saw that come across. I'm like, wait, what? And I know that it was really Woj or Shams or whoever it was. Like, it wasn't a fake account because I have like the alert set up, which that's a gem for y'all. Like, if you don't want to get got by breaking news stories, just turn on notifications for like the actual newsbreakers. But then it was interesting because then I was up the entire night and just like watching different people wake up to the news like, wait, what the hell, Kevin Durant, how did that happen? Like, so it was just funny like that whole morning because I sent it to y'all like right after it happened, and then nobody responded for like 8 hours. I'm like,
this shit was midnight. It was midnight. We're gonna pull this off while the motherfuckers sleep.
I swear, nigga, half sleep looking like, what?
I woke up at 6. It was like, I remember at 6 in the morning. I looked at my phone.
Ain't no.
I was, checking stuff, and I get to the tech file group, and I was like, wait, what?
Go to Twitter.
Immediately.
Went to Twitter. I was like,
Twitter, like, hold on, bro.
What?
That's hilarious.
It makes sense. We know Phoenix was where KD wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that they were able to do it without giving up Ayton, although contract-wise, are they able to trade Ayton yet?
They are. He just has to approve the deal.
Gotcha.
And he can't be traded to Indiana because that's who he signed the offer sheet with.
Okay.
Apparently, Phoenix tried to get both of them.
Yeah, so the thing that's interesting is, first of all, I don't think that this Kyrie-Luka thing is going to be a marriage for too long. I feel like this is a season-long rental, and then either in this offseason, I think that Kyrie is either going to go to LA to hoop with LeBron, or he's going to try to go to Phoenix and hoop with KD again, because apparently they still want to hoop together. They are best friends. And James Harden threw his little shade out, talking about some y'all called me a quitter. I knew it was something. I knew it was messed up.
Oh, he said that? Wow.
I told you, I just got out of there
He
quick.
was like, I saw it quick. It was dysfunctional, and
I
I
got
want it
out of
out. He's like, y'all was calling me a quitter, but I saw the writing on the wall.
Well, we were also calling you a quitter because of what happened in Houston, James. Like,
Nah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. It's not just
Like you really got fat as
yeah,
fuck.
you ain't bring up that part.
I ain't
And
talking
be out
about
of
that.
shape.
But see, I ain't talking about that though.
And they had to play your. Then you tried to use the season to play your way back in the shit. No, you did some shit, bro. You did some shit.
But I will say to the Phoenix. Oh, go ahead, Eric.
Oh, I just, if you want to go ahead, you can. I just ain't giving myself a trade.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so I get where people are coming from. It's like, oh man, this is Big Four in the West. It's like you got three dudes that are hurt all the time. Like, yeah, if they're healthy and they can make it through the 2 months grind that is the NBA playoffs, like yes, they should be formidable, but like they exhausted most of their depth. Chris Paul has been playing better lately, but he's still starting to show his age a lot.
He's been bad this year.
And the problem with Brooklyn was that you couldn't keep KD, Kyrie, and whoever their third star was on the court at the same time for long enough stretches for it to be effective. So like, I get it, it's Kevin Durant, so you got to make that move. But all these people like, oh damn, the West, like Phoenix got the West now. It's like I wouldn't, I wouldn't jump on it, jump out the window on that. Also, like Phoenix has had an antagonistic relationship with DeAndre Ayton this entire time. So, and again, Chris Paul is starting to show his age. Miles, Jesus Christ,
You over here scratching and mixing.
What?
Oh, I'm breaking up.
It was jumping for a
Yeah,
second.
you good now.
You good now.
My bad. Yeah, but like Mikal Bridges was their second best player this year. So like, yeah, they got to keep Chris Paul, but clearly Brooklyn didn't want Chris Paul because they didn't give him up for Kyrie. And then DeAndre Ayton, they've been trying to get rid of that dude for forever.
Yep.
So like, I think they would have been better off. Like they would have preferred to keep Bridges and get rid of everybody else, not name Booker.
Yeah, apparently that was something that the Nets had wrote down. They said, well, we're gonna tell y'all, because KD was like, I really want to go to Phoenix. So they kind of operate, I forget what it's called in real estate terms, when it's an offer, like it's a listing, but you don't tell everybody it's a listing yet, and you go to the one person that like, I know you're interested, like under the table, like let's talk about this. That's pretty much what happened with Phoenix and Brooklyn, where they were like, this is where he wants to go. We're giving y'all first dibs before we let everybody know that he's interested in being traded. But if we do it, we want foreign protected first. We need Bridges. We need Cam. And like, that's not negotiable. And they went back a couple times. Yep. And then they came back a couple times like, you sure we can't like take Bridges out? And he's like,
no,
we told you. We want this. And they pulled the trigger. The new owner was like, might as well, which I get, where it's like, if you have a chance to get Kevin Durant, you get Kevin Durant.
Yeah,
I get it. I'm not mad at either team for what they did.
Yeah,
I think the Nets, they remind me of their pre-KD and Kyrie days, where it was kind of a young, like
talented roster.
Yeah, like just a deep, like a team where it's gonna be kind of fun to watch them poop. So,
damn, that whole squad. Like you had TLC on that squad. You had Dinwiddie at the time. You had Karis LeVert, Jared Allen, D'Lo. Like they had a nice young squad. Joe Harris was still shooting
before he got hurt.
Still moving and grooving and shit. Like they had a nice squad and they got rid of everybody.
Yeah.
I say this every time, but it's always funny, like where Tim starts his list. It's like Timothy Luwawu Cabarro. That was where he started. That was the first name that came to mind.
He was actually hooping with Brooklyn. He looked good with Brooklyn. He didn't look good nowhere else.
He wasn't even like the top three.
He was one of their better players, better young up and coming players. That's what made me think of. Plus his name was Timothy. So kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's always funny. Like it'll be like, yeah, we talking about the.
I didn't fuck with Mozgov though. Don't do that.
That's where I'm going.
Any other thoughts on the Phoenix Brooklyn trade?
It seems like It seems like Brooklyn wasn't prepared for Kevin Durant to ask out, which is like, why wouldn't you include him in the decision making about like trading Kyrie in the first place? You know, like they took a win out. Granted, it was a good package, and you guys talked about it last week. That they took from Dallas, but at the same time, if you're looking like to the future to kind of like start your rebuild or retool or whatever you want to call it, like you would think you would grab as many assets as possible that you can kind of flip and turn into something else down the line. But it seems like they got Dinwiddie and Finney Smith specifically because like, oh yeah, like we got some pieces that we can put around KD and we can still make this stretch run. And then he immediately goes like, hey, get me out of here.
From what I understand, when they traded Kyrie, KD was like, this does not mean I want to be traded. Which again, I mentioned before, when you're having conversations with KD and Kyrie, the moods change really quickly. But from what I read, they were saying that they were having conversations and KD was like, you know, just because y'all traded him, that don't mean like I'm gonna get out of here. Like, let's see what we can do. Let's keep the communication open. And they kept talking. They got Dinwiddie in. He was like, okay, you know, it's kind of cool. Then he thought about it some more, and he was like, no, actually, I want to go. So then it was like, okay, well, we did the first move where it was like, all right, it's time to just cut our losses. Let's just end this now.
They got hella picks though now.
Yeah. As they need them. They didn't have their own. So at least they were able to.
It's all the timing with the virtual thing. I'm sorry. But like they picked up a bunch of like wings, which is the position that's most in demand around the league. So like, yeah, they can have this little fun team down the stretch this year, but like I could easily see them flipping like pretty much every wing that they have for an additional first round pick. Not to mention like Bridges, who apparently had teams offering like 4 first round picks at the draft. Trade deadline. Finney Smith could easily get it first. You still got like Royce O'Neal, who you just traded the first 4. You probably recoup that. Like they got a bunch of trade pieces that they can turn into other things and still build like a solid supporting piece to whatever star they can get coming in next. So I think they're probably in a better position than they were before they got KD and Kyrie. Like
that's what we said. I was like, I feel like this team is a little bit better than that last squad that they had.
They just got to figure out what to do with Ben Simmons.
Nothing. He ain't had no trade.
Like that's the only that's the negative asset they have on their team right now.
These are star players, though, right?
No.
Because
even the coach
Dinwiddie better than him.
Minutes last night.
The coach.
Cam Thomas.
What's the name of the coach at
Jack Vaughn.
Coach Vaughn. He was saying that part of the problem with Ben Simmons is like put a center next to him that can't shoot too. Like then the spacing's messed up. But if you get another like playmaker, then it's messed up because he needs the ball in his hands. He's like, it's just really trying to figure out
where he fits in.
He needs to be the point guard. I feel like because he don't, from the time that everybody put the spotlight on him, he ain't never wanted to be a center big man. Never. You tall as a bitch, but he ain't never wanted to be tall. So that he always wanted to play point. So you need, in this case, with the team that he has right now, I would say it would be the perfect opportunity for them to make him that one. Dinwiddie is good at playing an off-ball guard too. But I would say, and Cam Thomas is there too.
But to Camille's point, like you can't play him in a lineup with a big that can't shoot. Like so,
they don't have a big that can shoot.
Right, they don't have any stretch bigs. Like their bigs are Day'Ron Sharpe, Nick Claxton.
Wait, is Judah a big or is he a forward?
He's a wing.
Oh, that's a big wing. Okay.
So
all right, well, we already almost an hour into. Let's keep it moving. The Lakers made a couple of moves as well. They finally traded Russell Westbrook. He is gone. 3-team trade with this one. Lakers, Timberwolves, Jazz. Lakers got D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, and Jared Vanderbilt. Timberwolves got Mike Conley, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, a pick swap in 2024, a second-round pick swap, a second-round pick from the Jazz, and another second-round pick from the Jazz. And then the Jazz got Westbrook, who initially was like, oh, he don't get bought out. But apparently they've been having conversations about maybe he'll stay with the team.
Yeah, I'm cool with playing with the team.
Which is like, Juan Toscano-Anderson, Damian Jones, 2027 first-round pick. That Lakers pick went to the Jazz for Westbrook. So
you had that attached one.
In addition to that, the Lakers also traded Patrick Beverley. The Magic got Pat Bev, who's going to be waived in a 2024 second-round pick. And the Lakers got Mo Bamba. So the Lakers got rid of Pat Bev.
They waived him today.
Who, Bamba or Beverly?
Beverly.
Yeah, I was like Beverly definitely waived. So the Lakers have picked up Mo Bamba, D'Angelo Russell, Malik Beasley, Jared Vanderbilt.
Those two the last two had a pretty decent game last night.
So, Ken, how are you feeling about your Lakers now?
I'm happy. We basically, redid the whole squad, and now we got 3-6 Mafia for the go ahead and get this shit popping. 3-6 Mafia.
Who is that?
AD and LeBron.
Why are we calling
3 and 6? 3-6 month.
Oh boy.
Out here.
Boo! Tomato.
Yeah, we out here.
Nah, that ain't it.
We out here. We out here. I'm
It
here.
reminded me of the time that LeBron, they got to the trade deadline when he was with the Cavs and he had his boys. And he was like, I love y'all, Wade, Rose. Y'all niggas gotta go. And they damn near swapped that whole squad that season. That's what this trade deadline reminded me of. Like, Brian, get rid of a whole team quick.
It was needed though. We had to. We had to put young legs around them, bro.
Mhm.
I'm really happy about D-Lo. Like I've always
You've
like,
been a D-Lo fan.
yeah,
so
and
that
I'm
makes
glad.
sense.
And then I think he's for the research. Like he's for to have a resurgence this year. I think it's a contract year for him
It
too.
is.
He's always wanted to play with LeBron and AD too.
Yeah, he's for the ball up.
That's why Minnesota wanted to trade him. They couldn't come to
Yeah,
terms on that.
and he was able to play with Kobe. Now you're able to play with LeBron.
LeBron.
Like, come on now.
That's crazy.
Like that's nuts.
I was thinking about freaking Kyrie Irving and who he played with. I'm like, bro, you've been playing with generational talent after generational talent. And then now you've been traded to a team with another generational talent.
And one ring to show for it.
Damn.
He's in the same position. Like I don't think he's played on a team that didn't have another like all NBA player on it.
To Embiid?
D'Angelo
Oh.
Russell.
KD.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're right.
Westbrook
No,
and
KD has-
OKC, then the Warriors, then Kyrie, and now Booker and Chris Paul.
I think they said that 3 days that he was on the Nets before they traded him was the longest he went without having another all NBA talent next to him.
Mm.
He's always had one. Except for like his early years in OKC, but then Russ turned into that. So
Right, but then it was still young Russ Harden.
but it's principle, like he wasn't that yet.
They made it to the finals.
Everybody thought that team was going
Without being all NBA, they made it to the finals.
So yeah, I think that the Lakers, like obviously they turned a bad fitting piece into three guys that fit better and are younger, and like that just fills out your rotation a little bit more. Like I'm kind of whatever on the players that they brought back. Like I like Vanderbilt. Beasley is kind of overrated to me, and D'Lo is like whatever, but like better fits around LeBron and AD than Russ was. So like it should help them down the stretch, and I think that they're at least a playing team at this point. But I do not appreciate like the way that they're kicking Russ out the door, like kicking him on his way out the door, I should say.
Kicking his back in.
I mean, it's just like they drop every little bad thing possible, like through every media channel that they had to their advantage. It's like, yeah, sure, it was a bad fit, but like y'all, everybody else knew that was a bad fit before the trade was made. So like, I don't know, like it rubs me the wrong way. Like you got McMenamin on ESPN talk about he's a vampire in the locker room, just sucking out all the energy and blah blah blah, and then like LeBron on his like, you know, on his tour was talking about like, oh, you know, I'm disappointed that we ain't trade for Kyrie. It's like, dude, you still got Russ on your team. Like, it's only one way that you're gonna get Russell Westbrook, and that's, I mean, only one way you're gonna get Kyrie, and that's by trading Russ. So like, how is Russ supposed to feel in the locker room like hearing that shit? Like,
He knew.
I don't know.
Hey, he just gonna hype up his guy Pat Bev, bro, and keep hooping.
I will say, Eric mentioned that he thinks Malik Beasley's a little overrated. If that is the case, he won't be on the Lakers if he keeps shooting the way that he's been shooting, because LeBron is going to open that man up for some opportunities to make a real big impact. If he can keep knocking them down, y'all got y'all one in Beasley, because he's a perfect little role player for that style of play.
No, I think he had a pretty good game last night, too, didn't he?
I believe so.
I think he had like
I know
20
D'Lo.
something
I know
points.
D'Lo played well.
No, he had a bad game.
Well, last night?
Well, 2 nights ago. They whatever first night that they played, or second night, maybe it was first or second night. It was recent.
We are already at an hour. We have not even gotten to the Bucks yet. we gotta move. We gotta move a little bit more. We're gonna be here for 2 hours. What we think? We on the second top to the rundown.
But no, in the second top?
Yes.
God damn.
Yes. Feel my pain.
Hold on, let me check.
Like it's a long, but it's like it's so many different pieces to hit in it. So we gotta keep it moving. We gotta get to the NBA one things and the Elimination Chamber as well after this.
We ain't got it. I'm trying to get out of here.
So hey, whatever y'all want to do, that's fine with me. Ken, I do want to ask you this though before we move off the Lakers. Do you now feel more confident about y'all postseason chances? Like, now do you feel like, oh, we definitely are a playoff team, or are you still kind of like you can go either way?
No, I'm definitely way more confident that we are a playoff team. Just because we got some young legs around him. Again, it all depends on what AD stay healthy. That is huge on what we can do. But I'm a lot more confident that we'll definitely get it.
Hopefully LeBron play again soon. He broke that record and we ain't seen him since.
Let me sit down and kill for a little bit. You don't got nothing to prove nobody. We need you when it down the stretch, sir. You and AD. Every time AD hits the ground,
stretch if he's out much longer.
So,
I said there won't be a down the stretch if he's out much longer.
Yeah,
y'all gotta win some games. We only got about 25 or so games left. We get into the crunch time. In that KD trade, we mentioned that Jay Crowder was traded to the Nets, but the Bucks said no. Let me get that too. They went to the Nets, set up a 3-way trade to get Jay Crowder to the Bucks. Bucks got Jay. The Nets got 2 second-round picks, and then the Pacers got George Hill, Serge Ibaka, and Jordan Ward, and 3 second-round picks. So overall, for the Bucks to get Jay Crowder, it took 5 second-round picks, plus George Hill and Serge Ibaka and Jordan Ward, aka 3 players who are not in the rotation. I know it sounds like a lot, but it ain't actually as much as it looked like when it comes to like how many players got traded. They didn't lose no real rotation minutes, and they added somebody who can give them rotation minutes.
Plus 4 to 5 second-round picks became the norm after that one trade. Like our trade.
The Warriors traded 5 right afterwards. Like,
and then somebody else traded 4. Somebody else traded 4. Somebody else traded 2 here, 3 there. Like it became the norm. Like second-round picks was popcorn, bro.
You know what I think that is though, low-key? I think because who got all the first-round picks? The Thunder. Another team that got like 20 picks. Jazz.
Yeah, Utah got like 16 or 15.
It's a couple teams that have a lot of first-round picks. And I was like,
Ain't nobody got no seconds.
Ain't nobody else got.
Ain't nobody got no seconds.
That's all we got. Here, take it or leave it. But overall, how do y'all feel about Jay Crowder coming to the Bucks?
I mean, I like it. I mean, I didn't think it was gonna happen, honestly. Like I said last week, I was like, shit, we've been doing this for about a month and a half, bro. Like, but when the Nets trade happened, though, that allowed us to give what we've been trying to give Phoenix. Phoenix wasn't going for that. But hey, fuck y'all. I know y'all going that way. We got something for y'all too. Let's go ahead. Can y'all take what we was giving them? Yeah, we got you. Okay. I like it though because I want to see what if okay. Let me run it back. If we if he lives up to the potential of just being a guy for perimeter defense or a big wing that can defend in a couple of positions as our defensive guy and hit the wide open 3, which is all we need him to be, really, then I'm cool with it. But if he comes in, he plays defense but can't hit no 3s, that was a lot. Then it would come a lot to give up. So we're only looking at him for 2 things. And that's just the PJ Tucker role. Hit the wide open 3s, you're gonna have a lot of them. And play some damn good defense on one of the 2 best players on the other squad. Offensively.
Jay Crowder gives the Bucks more options. Roster flexibility. They can try some different things here. My only question with Jay Crowder coming, which I'm happy it didn't take Grayson Allen. That was why I was against it initially. I think Grayson Allen has a role he can play on the Bucks. So to be able to get Jay without giving up Grayson, I was like, I'm here for it. And of course the Marquette connection and all that stuff. Love it. I just don't know where all the minutes are going to come from. Like, Bud's actually going to have to coach in the sense of like having the right rotations at the right time, because now he has quite a few different options. The Bucks probably realistically got about 10 guys that could see playoff minutes. You got Giannis, of course, Drew, and Chris, and Brooke. That's your big 4, of course. Then you got Pat. You got Bobby. You got Joe Ingles. Now you got Jay. You got Wes.
Grayson.
You got Grayson. So it's he has
Javon
options.
Carter.
It's going to be Javon Carter. It's going to be on Bud to figure out who plays when and who plays with who, and making like utilizing the best that he possibly can from that roster, because it's going to be a minutes crunch.
It's funny. I said this, I think during the playoff, like the championship run, but it's like they forced Bud to play his best players a bunch of minutes because he took away all his other options. Like they had like 5 dudes at the end of the bench that he just couldn't play. Jesus Christ, I ran out of breath there. Sorry. He had 5 dudes at the end of the roster that he just couldn't play at all. So, and then it's like you got Brent Forbes who got played off. You got Bobby who got played off for the Brooklyn series. Like he was down to 6 players at the end of the second round. And that actually kind of helped focus. Like it's like, okay, well, we just got to make this shit work. Like now it's again like where he has kind of an embarrassment of riches and he has to make decisions.
Yep.
And like I trust Bud. Like I know I'm probably in the minority for Bucks fans, but I trust Bud. He's a good coach. He knows what he's doing. But I do like that does open him up to making bad choices, which people will never let him live down. Because it's like you still got people like, well, if he would have just played Javon Carter instead of George Hill last year in the playoffs, it's like maybe, but probably not because Javon Carter's like MIA. Like,
I mean, but Javon wasn't getting cooked like that. George had moments where he was getting smoked.
I mean, I agree with them people. I just don't bring it up no more. But I agree with them.
But again, like you got that extrapolated over like 3 or 4 different players that could be playing that won't. You know what I mean? Like if he plays Jay and Jay doesn't hit shots, they're like, oh, you should have played West. If he plays West and he don't hit shots, well, Grayson Allen, he can hit shots. Like,
yeah,
it's a no-win situation unless they win. Really,
he gonna have to coach. He gonna have to figure that out. He gonna have to figure that out for sure. Any other trades that y'all want to talk about that really that made you go like, oh man?
I don't think so. Like all of them were pretty. It was a lot of movement, bro.
It was a lot.
Who he play for needs to be next week.
No. He said no. I don't
Hell no.
A post All-Star break. Who he play for?
That wouldn't be bad.
Right, I'm good. I got you.
Ken is like, I did not ask.
Be catching heels.
I do want to just say before we move on, the Clippers are interesting. That's all I want to say about that. They're interesting. Bones Highland to the Clippers is interesting. Mason Plumlee being a backup center, getting rid of Reggie Jackson. Interesting.
Picking up Eric Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good pickup, actually.
I don't know what Bones did, but the fact that they were like, hey, 2 seconds, cool, get his ass out of here.
He walked off the court. Apparently it was a game. I guess he was mad about his playing time and he left the court early. And in the locker room, it's been a problem with him and some of the other guys and the Nuggets from what I've been able to put together. But apparently when he left the bench early, that was like the last straw. And the locker room was like,
we good on you, bro.
Like the vets were like, no, you can't do stuff like that. And that's when the urgency went up for the Nuggets to get him out of there. They were like, the locker room it's not to fit no more.
Yeah, no, like I like both of their pickups though at the deadline. Like getting Thomas Bryant as a backup big, like he can't be worse than DeAndre Jordan. Let's put it that way. And then replacing Bones with Reggie Jackson. Like Reggie Jackson is nothing special, but like he gives you pretty much the same thing that Bones did, just in a more mature package. So,
so we'll see. Like I said, they're interesting. And part of why Tim, I told you not to play that taco is Paul George and Kawhi are on a minutes limit going into All-Star break. Which is interesting, but
it is. That's really interesting, actually.
Are there any buyout guys that you want to see the Bucks make, Bucks fans, or that you want to see the Lakers pick up? Personally, unless it's going to be like another point guard or some sort.
I was thinking Reggie Jackson.
He already went to Denver.
Damn, that was a good pickup.
Danny Green went to Cleveland.
Didn't need to get Danny Green.
Dwayne Dedman went to Philadelphia, which LOL. He gonna get cooked there too.
Yeah.
Terrence Ross is expected to sign in Phoenix, and then Justin Holiday is expected to go to Dallas.
Bev, I'll take Bev just because another dude that's playoff tested.
Big guard perimeter defender.
Yeah, really and I mean like he's gonna be break class and but yeah, I mean like the Bucks already got too many guys for not enough minutes, so I don't think they need to bring in another vet that's gonna be upset because they're not playing minutes. So
that's why I was like, unless it's gonna be somebody who's gonna be cool sitting there, like I know I'm Jeff Teague. I'm only here in case of emergency, and I'm cool with it. I'm cool with getting an A on the group project.
Yeah,
I don't want the Bucks to get over.
Melvin Gordon. That shit had me rolling.
Jeff Teague said that when they won the title. The Bucks, like, I got an A on the group project.
He ain't wrong.
Anybody want the Lakers to pick up, or you think y'all?
I think we're good. The only person I would consider is John Wall.
And that's just you personally, like sentimental.
Yeah, that's about it.
NBA.
I can do my one thing. One thing really quickly. Like I noticed it, I think probably after like the second or third trade, but like a lot of people went back to teams that they were previously on. So like I just started hashtagging it running back season. So we have Eddie Green back to Cleveland. He was there 09-10. D'Angelo Russell went back to the Lakers. He was there from 15 to 17. Gary Payton II was just with Golden State last year. John Wall was traded back to Houston, so they're going to waive him twice in one calendar year. Bruno Fernando was traded back to Atlanta, where he would play from 19 to 21. George Hill went back home to Indiana, where he was from 11 to 16. He's also from Indianapolis. TJ Warren started his career in Phoenix, and he's going back there. He played there from 14 to 19. Jakob Poeltl went back to Toronto, who drafted him. He was there from 16 to 18. Spencer Dinwiddie went back to Brooklyn, 16 to 21. Eric Gordon went back to the team that drafted him, the Clippers. He played there from 2008 to 11. And then going outside of NBA, but Dom Capers went back to Carolina. He's hired as a senior defensive assistant. He was actually their head coach from 1995 to 1998.
I seen that like Dom Capers. He pulled his ass out of retirement.
I had to.
So yeah, hashtag running back season.
I did see some of your tweets of running back season. That was interesting. My thing was just that it's All-Star weekend this weekend, and I did not realize until today that All-Star Saturday night will be doing the same time as Elimination Chamber. So
we got the daddy-daughter dance. I ain't gonna be able to see nothing. That's on Saturday. Oh, you gonna be there?
I'm gonna be there too, so we gonna be watching on our phones.
We gonna watch it on his phone.
Y'all better spend time with y'all daughters.
We gonna be there with him.
Niggas gonna be in a huddle and shit, watching TV and shit.
You better go dance.
Oh, that's funny.
When you pull up Peacock, I got TNT. We right there.
Right.
Hey, y'all see what's the announcer Pat McAfee? What he calls Peacock? He calls it the cock.
The cock.
Yeah, trip.
Real frat bro thing to say. But yeah, it's All-Star weekend this weekend. The celebrity game had a couple people who were like, this celebrity game actually might be kind of fun to watch. Like it was some people where I was like, I want to see the Miz hoop.
The Miz?
The Miz is in the game. Janelle Monáe is in the game. 21 Savage.
I like her. I heard 21.
21 was hooping, I think, last year.
Yeah, I think
DK Metcalf is in the game this year.
His big ass.
Albert Pujols is in the game.
Like, no.
They got something, like I think it's gonna be really fun to watch this year. So I'm gonna try to check out the celebrity game. We'll see how much of it I'm actually gonna see. It's Ant-Man on Friday as well, so
yeah, I don't know.
We'll see about that.
Out of town, so I ain't.
For the birthday celebrations.
Yeah,
the Rising Stars game is back in that same format as they had last year, which I liked, the little mini tournament. So I'm looking forward to that. We still don't know who's in the skills.
They just announced it.
Y'all have it?
Yeah.
For the skills?
So skills,
bros.
Yeah.
They back in it.
Team Giannis. Yep. Or Team Antetokounmpo. I mean, shit. Team Jazz.
Okay. That's cool.
So
Giannis gonna be busy. He coaching at the celebrity game. He doing the Rising Stars challenge the next day. Then he in the All-Star game on Sunday where you got to pick the team.
I didn't know Alex still played for the Herd.
Yes, he just got there because he was with. He was Chicago. Who was with Chicago? Was that Costas?
No, Costas was with Chicago.
Okay. So yeah, 3-point contest. Dame Dollar, Jason Tatum, Kevin Huerter, Tyler Hero, Tyrese Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Anthony Simons, and Lauri Markkanen.
It's not a bad field.
None of the top 10 guys in 3-point percentage are actually in the contest, which is interesting, but it is what it is. Slam dunk contest: KJ Martin, Mac McClung, Trey Murphy, Jericho Sims. People gonna sleep on Mac.
Mac be getting up.
Mac got some buddies, bro. He got some bones.
Yeah. That's the only reason why he's one of the few G League players to get him. Well, last year they had a couple.
No, he got called up today.
Oh, he did.
Everybody All-Star break.
Philly, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then, of course, the All-Star game, and they're picking the teams ahead of tip-off, which I like.
I can't wait. And
then we got Anthony Edwards, De'Aaron Fox, and Pascal Siakam being named in as injury replacements for Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, and Zion Williamson.
No heart. That's funny.
Right. Right, but I guess they were just replacing in the West since the injuries were in the West. So
yeah, and they do it positionally. So like basically whoever they replace in like their position group gets the next one up.
I will be curious to see if Jaylen Brown plays, given that Jason Tatum broke his face. But
They may have to replace him.
they might. It seems like he's going to probably try to play or at least be there for his spot. I don't know. We haven't heard anything from it yet.
You still got the accolade, bro.
Right. Like,
You ain't gotta play.
Yeah, broken face. They
Let somebody else play.
They got to replace his face.
but yeah, I'm just excited for. I love All-Star Weekend. Sometimes it's a dud, but when it's hit, it hit.
Just want to say shout out to LeBron for breaking the all-time scoring record. Did it in 3 quarters. Did it in LeBron fashion. Fade away. When my man was calling for the ball, he had a mismatch, bro, in the paint. LeBron was like, "Psych, motherfucker, fade away."
Big fundamentals. He's like, I got it sealed off. This is my possession. Give me the ball.
But no, shout out to LeBron, man. The king.
No, for sure. That was real. He cussed on live TV. I said,
Yeah.
go ahead, LeBron.
I was like, okay.
Talk your talk. As we mentioned, Zion Williamson not playing the All-Star game. He re-aggravated his hamstring injury that has had him sidelined since January 2nd, and he is now expected to miss multiple weeks after the All-Star break on top of him already. We knew he was injured, but that's tough news. Hamstrings are tricky. They real tricky injury. Best of luck to you, Zion. The music ended like that was dramatic. The Elimination Chamber, as mentioned as well, is taking place this Saturday in Quebec, Canada, Montreal.
That's where Semi from, right?
Yep.
This is a bridge pay-per-view from Royal Rumble to WrestleMania. So
I enjoyed this pay-per-view.
I do want to say one of the matches on the card was Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Their little promo yesterday, off the chains. I loved it. I loved everything about it. I love
Bobby, get your ass down here. Sign this contract. He was laughing at him. Bobby, get your ass down here.
I love this version of Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, this Brock is fun as hell.
Like,
he come out with the hats.
He just be happy. He happy to be here now.
Country is a motherfucker.
Got my check. I'm happy.
You know how this
Them
go.
big dudes though.
He's always
this
them dudes is like, I think he injured one of the little fake security dudes.
He threw the shit out of him into the barricade.
Dude, back.
He landed on his head and shit. He was upside down. I was like, damn, he fucked, bro. I was like, he really hurt. They was really checking on dude with like 2 guys around that dude. I think I said that at the time because Malik was watching with us. I was like, he was like, oh, I hope he ain't hurt him for real. Like, damn. I mean, that hurt, but damn, bro.
Like, but yeah, that's the match on the card. We got Edge and Beth Phoenix versus Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley.
That should be fun.
The Elimination Chamber match itself with the women, I fell asleep before the main event. So did
Bianca
Bayley
won.
Oh, so they're not getting added into it. Okay, so
it'll probably be Bayley versus Becky at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that makes
they
sense.
could.
Yeah, it seems so.
Because the stipulation, yeah, you know the stipulation. Either one of them would have won it or made a triple threat right away, and they'd been in there, which I thought was probably going to happen. Although that's probably going to be the case. They'll probably pin one another.
Bianca said nope.
Came out looking good, girl. Goddamn. Good.
So any Elimination
Double cheeked up.
On the Thursday night, afternoon, sun's still out.
Raquel Rodriguez, Liv Morgan, Nikki Cross, Asuka, Natalia, and Carmella are all in the women's Elimination Chamber. Carmella,
she's always been.
No, she's looking more and more like a Bella twin every time I see her.
Really?
Does she look like she could be a Bella to you?
I fuck with the Bella.
Carmella.
Like
Carmella.
I saw her the picture and I was like, oh, no, is that Carmella? What
That's
the heck?
Corey's wife though, right?
They got married?
Right.
Either, I think they are married now.
No, they're together. I know they got married. Oh, love. Valentine's Day.
It's a lot of couples around there.
She all right.
Built a home out of a regular one.
Yeah, that was gross. That was gross. His wife is all on social media. Man, fuck him. Fuck her. That bitch is a home wrecker. He ain't shit.
And he's sitting there like,
my girl on TV every Monday. I'm talking to her.
it went for me.
We're on the road together.
All I'm gonna say about that, people who get into relationships in some sideways ways, they always say it. How you get them?
You losing the way you get them.
That's how you gonna lose
Hey man, Swiss beats and loose keys to the game.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
they are.
She took him.
Alicia Keys was like, I won't stay.
She took
I
that.
sees you and I won't see you.
But shit, who was in the way? No, that one right there.
And I won't see you.
That's the soulmate. But he with somebody. That's the one.
Again, Swiss me like, what you want me to do?
And now they all cool.
Exactly. What you want me to do?
They make a song about it. Hey, I'm with you, bro. Whatever I'm talking, we all good. Happy family. You have to get your 2 cents in there, bro. I hear you.
He said happy.
What they call it? Extended family? Wasn't that the name of the song or some shit like
I
that?
thought what they call the song? Extended?
Blended family.
Blended family, but they call mixed families. That's fine.
Hey, man. It worked for them.
Exactly. Most times it don't work out, but it did for them. The other Elimination Chamber match, I was shocked to see that was a U.S. Championship Elimination Chamber match. Austin Theory, who was the champ, against Seth Rollins, against Johnny Gargano, against Bronson Reed, against Damian Priest, against Montez Ford.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Why not? I think Ford might win.
I would like him.
I mean,
So-
it's for the U.S. Championship, so
as of right now,
Wait, it's for the
tag
US.
team.
It's for the US.
it's for the U.S. Championship. So
Oh damn.
they're not going to split the Street Profits up because they're still one of the better tag teams, and they're better together than they would be split up. Not saying that they can't go for their own titles.
They look good last
together.
night.
So
yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy right now. I mean, not Jeff Hardy. Montez Ford right now
Could
is
be Tim.
Yeah.
is how a lot of people felt about Jeff Hardy at the time. So
Mhm.
Jeff Hardy and the Hardy Boys, hot tag team, shit like that. But
Yeah.
Jeff was the more agile, the more exciting one.
Yeah.
There's been talk about Tez about to get a push soon too.
Yeah.
So now this Elimination Chamber match may be part of that. If
Okay.
he puts on a good, he may not win it, but if he puts on a really good show,
But yeah,
there-
people start
he's
paying attention.
slowly getting into that mode to get pushed into. One of it was winning and getting into the Elimination Chamber match in the first place.
He's putting a lot of weight too. Like he's a
bulking
lot
up a little
bigger
bit.
than he used to be as well.
But he's still flying the fuck around.
No,
he's still
he's
goofy
fine.
as shit.
Yeah.
He's fine.
So I think they're out. I think he's about to have his Jeff Hardy run. I don't know if he's gonna end up with the actual belt, but
He gonna
all of
get
that,
pushed.
the hype and the hope and the hoop dreams that everybody had, like it's kind of the same thing with Ford right now.
So he Edge and Dawkins is Christian.
Yes, or Jeff and Matt.
Dawkins been
I feel
looking
like Matt
a lot
had
better.
a better. I mean, I guess Christian had a pretty decent.
I was like, because
show.
Jeff had the belt.
Yeah, I was saying Christian had a better career than Matt Hardy did.
A better career.
Matt did?
Because
Yeah.
the Matt
I
never
wasn't-
won the top.
I didn't know if I wasn't watching during
Christian
that time.
did,
So.
yeah.
Christian had the World Heavyweight Championship for a little bit.
Yeah,
Which was
that's
always
what
really weird to me.
But he was actually pretty good with it.
But see, it was,
He
it
had
was
it
one of
for
those
a
things
while.
where it's like I stopped watching, and then someone was like, "Oh,
I
yeah,
remember
Christian the
Christian.
champion." I said,
Huh?
"Christian."
Yeah, I remember that.
That music was
God, you're on your own. And he had a little thing going. I used to fuck with that. Yeah, Christian was nice. Yeah, that's kind of what Tez is at right now.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that they actually do follow through with it and give him a nice little
Oh, yeah,
run.
we
Because I
need
think
another
he'll
black
run
champ,
with it.
man. We need black champ out here.
He'll run with it.
They need
for
to
sure.
bring what's the name up from NXT?
Carmelo Hayes.
He called.
They need to bring up Braun Breaker too. Honestly,
Who else they gonna head down
we
there?
don't need to rush it.
they need more.
Yeah, they don't
He's been
need
down
to
there for
rush
like
him.
2 years
I
now.
get it,
bro.
but they ain't got nobody else
Because-
down there right now.
Exactly.
That's how we felt when
If
Finn
he
came.
leave,
Well,
what's
not
gonna
Finn.
happen?
No,
Because
it
Finn
was
had
stacked.
Samoa
It
Joe.
was stacked back then.
If he leave, hey, who's gonna watch? Bro?
I mean, that's the whole point of NXT though. The
Mhm.
building
Normally,
more.
it's like,
Even with the women, when they had the mass exodus with the 4 horsewomen,
Mhm.
it was like, okay, who's next? The women's division. What's gonna happen?
and there was a gap for a
It
while.
was, and then they had to bring in Oscar. they
yeah.
started
So-
bringing people in from
So
outside
they probably count. We'll see what they do. But
because Jay White is a hot name that's on the independent circuit right
Yeah.
now. So if Braun Breaker were to leave, they would probably bring in somebody like Jay White, or they'll probably bring somebody from the main roster who's not getting much from him. Maybe Karrion Kross will go back down and
how
run.
many points does Malcolm Brogdon have?
He had 10 last time I checked, and Muscala had
I'm
like
watching this game. This is annoying.
Yeah, they don't got nobody playing. We losing to the mid-major.
yeah. It looked like Mike. Is Mike still leading the scoring?
It feels like one of those games where it's like the ref know that the other team is outmatched, so they doing like little shit that
Let's keep him in
like
it.
they calling fouls a little too like bent in one direction. Let's put it that
I
way.
think Griffin got 8. Okay,
Yeah,
anyway.
but they keep leaving him open from 3. Like that's why.
Oh, he gonna knock him down, bro. A few of them.
Triple T said, "I'm so tired of carrying Cross."
And he actually had a complaint today.
He tried.
What he complained about.
him.
He's on
I
SmackDown.
don't even.
But he said that he doesn't have, he like, on this level, you need opportunity. He's like, and I don't got the chance to be able to show what I really can do on this stage at this level because it's only 2 hours in the show. So
What do you want to
He was like, so you need opportunity. I'm like, bro, they was pushing the shit out you. What you mean?
NXT, he was.
And then Vince
force fade.
Vince
Force
killed him. No, Vince literally killed all of that though.
Mm-hmm.
When he
was being force fade.
and then he grew his hair out. Like, no, bro, cut the Eddie Monster. Go ahead, go bald again, and be good. We'll see.
He just sucks.
And then,
Yeah, he tried.
and then the main event is Roman Reigns, who was the champion, against Sami Zayn.
The build up to this match is
It's
really
been awesome.
it's been amazing. That's what we all know. I don't know. After Cody put it in people's psyches now that Sami Zayn can
Finish
actually
your
pull it
story.
off, bro.
Your
Again,
story.
I told Tim before the show, people need to respect Cody, bro.
I think they do.
Cody is amazing, bro.
He's there.
Two weeks in a row, he's put on amazing promos.
He's one with Paul Heyman.
Exactly.
One with going toe to toe with Paul Heyman. Then turn around to inspire
Cody is that dude,
Sami
bro.
Zayn.
Cody's that guy.
I'm gonna finish my story, but you need to finish yours.
Can I ask y'all this?
Shit.
Because we saw Sami Zayn dap up Jay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all think that Jay really gonna be with Sammy, or do y'all think this is all a ploy and he's still gonna be bloodline? I want y'all predictions.
Here's what I thought from the jump. Jay didn't fuck with Roman in the first place. Jay got jumped into the family again,
Yeah.
but he's always been reluctant.
Yeah.
So now this is the opportunity for him to kind of. I've been with the fam and I love the fam, but I ain't never fucked with him in the first place.
Yeah.
So I feel like Jay may be. If Sammy
He gonna
wins,
come
it'll be
out in
because
this
of Jay.
corner.
Yes.
Okay.
But if Sammy does not win, it could also be because of Jay.
I can see it going
which
both
way he
ways.
So
gonna
maybe
go.
Jay will be the X factor in this match.
I'll take Jay's side of this thing.
Spoiler alert. They in Montreal, like that's gonna be the biggest babyface reaction you done seen since Daniel Bryan. They about to beat the dog shit out of Sami Zayn.
In front of his family and shit.
He gonna get turned
Get his
on.
friends.
They gonna beat him down worse than they beat down Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble. Like they gonna really like twist the knife in. Like they trying to get as much heat on Roman as possible going into WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So I think when
But
Cody
let it
beats him, everybody gonna be rooting for it. So yeah, like Sammy is a means to an end, and I'm sure they're gonna like split off the storyline. So it's like Jay comes back in the fold, then you got Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, and like then they take the titles off of them, and then the whole bloodline collapses. Like,
Or Roman has 2 matches in one night for both belts.
I'm with that.
One for SmackDown, one for Raw. So you don't have a undisputed champion because only really the one guy that can carry both belts like that right now is Roman.
but the
Everybody
thing is, like,
else
they're building up. But they're building up to somebody taking, like, Roman hasn't taken a loss in what 2.5 years or something like that.
So then one of the
Like-
losses will be the one, and then the second loss would be
Wouldn't be that
wouldn't make
bad.
no
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna take the luster
Yeah,
off of like Cody, whoever has the second title match. It's like, oh well, we just saw Roman
we
lose.
just
like,
saw him lose.
no big
Yeah,
deal.
so it don't mean nothing. And you got to give Cody that. Cody has to be the one that put the Roman.
Like I think they'll split the titles after like Roman's
Yeah, after that.
reign is over. But
Yeah,
like you
gotta-
can't have it be
Look,
like
Roman's
okay,
reign
every
is
night
over.
he loses one title and his reign, he loses the reign.
When he
What you
loses,
say?
we gonna remember that.
The end of Roman's reign. I like that, Eric.
We're gonna remember that.
I'm sure he'll bring it back.
All right, that's all we had. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all supporting the pod. We ask that you again, free ways to support us, y'all. Share the show, like the show, subscribe on YouTube,
Do it.
drop some comments when you in there, like the video, all that little stuff. It
Do it
really
all.
adds up to a lot for us. So
does.
It does.
please do that if you rock with us. Be safe out here, y'all, for this Valentine's Day weekend.
Mhm.
His
Wrap it
birthday early to Ken. Ken's birthday this weekend as well.
Oh, it's this week. Why you ain't say shit?
Cause he ain't gonna be here.
Mhm.
He leaving. He ain't trying to celebrate with us.
Oh, yeah,
It's on
okay.
Saturday.
No, it's
Thursday.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna be in Vegas for like 4 or 5 days. So.
I think I said that last. You mentioned that last week. Then I said you ain't invite your boy for shit.
Oh yeah. And then I told what I tell you. I said.
I mean, clearly, Tim, you were heartbroken because you forgot all about it.
I was heartbroken in the moment. You could ask
Yeah.
him. I was like, damn. I was like,
You know,
damn,
you
bro,
feel me? I was
don't
like, nigga,
invite
we
no
just
shit.
let's go, bro.
He's like, we just shit the next week. I'm like, nigga, I ain't going nowhere next week.
I was like, we can make it work. Nigga, what you mean?
That means I got kids.
I got kids
That's
in the wife
tomorrow.
at home.
Fuck.
That is. Dang. Told you can come. How much ticket? No. But no, for a happy early birthday to
Thank
you.
you. I appreciate
For sure.
it.
And we're gonna get
Somebody
out
called me OG earlier. Maybe.
You've been getting
Maybe
called.
feel some type of way.
Let me see. You look like OG.
I got that nigga like, no, what the fuck?
I mean, 36.
OG called me OG. I was like, yeah, OG over here. I'm like, what this nigga talking about?
Didn't you get called Unc too in the gas
Yeah,
station?
they just called me Unc.
God damn.
What's going on, right?
No, I'm saying that was King. Like, who the fuck you talking about?
Oh,
Calling
yeah,
me
that
OG?
was me. Shit.
Shit, your old ass. Nigga.
Hey, bro, relax.
You are the oldest between the four of us.
Yeah,
You are.
I'm the older.
You
Duke knows.
We're about to hit 40.
Get me.
We're about to hit 40, bro. OG.
I guess.
OG.
Yeah.
I want to say what you hit. Yeah. Ah, damn.
Hey, Triple T said happy 89th birthday.
Look, every bit of that motherfucker, too.
I ain't not.
Like, King, the real 3-6 Mafia turned 36.
He ain't gonna be like Buck when he get up. He gonna have a bun and shit, everything.
Oh no! Already started with the.
It's gonna be at the top. It's going. It's at the back. It's going backwards now. It's gonna be at the top, like next year or two.
Oh.
What's the T? Ken T. All right, we out of here. If you want to follow me on social media, you can catch me
Wait a minute.
on Twitter, Instagram, Apple Music, PSN, 2K, and Hogwarts Legacy Streets. It's not gonna be private. At Camille Monet, CamilleMonae.
That pause is gross.
It was very.
That pause is disgusting.
I almost said it because of the pause.
Not only the pause is disgusting, bro.
That's not my fault. That's on Eric. I was tell you.
Sorry, one paying attention. At Bush Burger on Twitter.
That's all you get.
That's like,
Everyday _gentleman on Instagram. K Harris 216 on Twitter and Snapchat.
And it's your boy TIMKINZ, the number 3, aka Ass Catch him, aka Mr. Give It To Me. It's all star. Yeah, you know. I'll see y'all next week, bro.
that should be easy.
Be easy.
Don't. Why you have to?